I'm going to file a report with my superiors that you refuse to work on this investigation.
So there are definitely a bunch of super easy tricks that you can learn in a day. Those are all
if it was up to me, I'd throw the lot of you in a dumpster and set a match to it. So stop pissing me off.
These will make you go like,
nasty.
Cool.
Lieutenant, sorry to disturb you. I have some information on the AX-400 that attacked the guy last night.
The tricks I present to you in this list
in the
require some real perseverance
it.
and determination to skateboarding. According to me, the following tricks form the basics of flat ground skateboarding. Well, who am I, you may ask? I'm just another dumb idiot. Before we start out with number 1, I quickly want to say that for the following tricks, all of them I have separate detailed tutorials. And that's because, fun fact, that's what I started doing on YouTube when I really started making videos. I have playlists for whether you're goofy or regular, and I also am using the footage of those old videos for this video because the world is already polluted and recycling is what we're all about. Yeah! Alright, number 1. This one is pretty damn famous, and no, I'm not talking about the trendy Nova Fly 180s. I'm talking about the ollie. This is definitely a trick that even people that don't skate have heard of. Oh, you skate? You ollie? Ollie? Can you ollie already? This one is the introduction to jumping off the ground together with your boards. That's the reason I put it on number 1 of this list. Before we move on to number 2, I quickly want to say that you don't necessarily need to learn these tricks in this order. Yes, it is true that for some tricks you need other tricks, like for the kickflip you need to be able to ollie. But whether you want to learn a heel flip or a kick flip first, it's totally up to you. Because to be honest, it doesn't really matter that much. Number 2, the pop shove it. This is the first trick on the list where your board actually starts moving around a bit. When learning, you're probably going to start out just doing shove-its or fakey shove-its without the popping. And with any trick, it's going to look pretty shitty when starting out at first. But don't worry. Skateboarding is about having fun and not about being cool. If you want to be cool, you get yourself a job, make 70 bucks, and buy yourself a Treasure hoodie, right? Number 3, the frontside 180. So now we're talking about not leaving your board when it starts turning. We're talking about being confident and moving along with it. This is basically an ollie, only you have to turn your board and body 180 degrees, and actually feels a whole lot different than an ollie. It's actually not an ollie at all, it's a 180. It takes a little bit of time and practice, but it's worth it. Moving on to number 4. This is also 180, only not front side, but back side. I know there's gonna be a lot of questions on why it's called backside, but to be honest, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Just learn this trick already and it looks like this, alright? Also, backside tricks tend to be a little bit harder on flat than frontside tricks, but maybe you're an extraordinary individual, so just try a lot of different tricks out there and see what works. Yep, boy. Alright, number 5, the one and only, my personal favorite out of all these basic tricks, the kickflip. Why is it my personal favorite? Well, because if I see someone do a nice kickflip, I always think that was absolutely extremely wonderful. The kickflip is just a wonderful trick that you should definitely try and get unlocked. I've been skating for a long time now, and I still really enjoy popping one of these every time I go skate. Nice. Next up, we got the heel flip. This trick is not particularly an easy one. With enough practice you can turn it into an easy one, maybe. It's a little less popular than the kickflip. I personally think it doesn't look as nice as the kickflip. My sincere apologies, heel flip, but shit is what it is. Try this trick over 1,000,000 times and I'm sure you'll get it. It's called practice. Moving on. Number 7, the front side pop shove it. I personally never tried to learn this trick. I always thought it looked kinda ugly and I didn't want to learn it. Could have been the other way around though. I couldn't do it and therefore I thought it looked ugly. I mean, that's something we learned from my latest video, the comments there. Anyway, people kept doing them against me in games of skate. I was sick and tired of getting letters because of this trick, but I still didn't learn it. However, people did keep doing them and now I believe
Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. Click the link in the description to get Saturday Night Live has been on television since 1975. They've won Emmy Awards, they've been a jumping off point for dozens of now world-famous comedians. And whether you like the show or not,
No, it wasn't a nightmare. How do you feel?
I'm cold. What are we gonna do now?
That android we saw yesterday, he gave me an address. He said we could get help there. The train passes just on the other side of the road. The station can't be far. You feel okay to walk a little? Let's go then.
Production of it, writing a 90-minute show on a Tuesday, and then performing it live on television that Saturday is impressive. But is the show actually funny? The short answer is yeah, of course it is.
You really look like a human now.
Sometimes. Pretty much every episode of SNL ever has had good sketches and it's had bad sketches. Because of that, it's a show that's almost impossible to define. You know, and the quality of an episode can range from hysterical, something you quote for the rest of your life, to polarizing or just downright cringy. Is it funny or is it not funny? In this case, I think the only logical answer is both. But that's not ever how you hear people describe it. Something I've always noticed about SNL that makes it different than most other shows is not only does almost everybody have an opinion on it, but the opinions that people do have are much more matter of fact than they are with other shows. Like, you'll often hear people say something like, oh, Breaking Bad? Yeah, I tried watching it, but it just wasn't really for me. Or like, yeah, I've seen Two Broke Girls, but I just don't really think it's funny, right? I don't think it's funny. But with SNL, it's almost always like, yeah, that's not funny. That show that's been on for 44 years and has had literally thousands of sketches, none of them are funny. It's never been funny. Or even more commonly than that, what do you always hear people say? SNL hasn't been funny since the 90s, or the 80s, or for God's sake, the 70s? Really? Yeah, man, those first 6 episodes of Saturday Night Live, a thing of beauty. But I tell you, the roughly 1,000 episodes since then have all been crap. It would be one thing if you said, my favorite era of SNL was the 70s. That's fine if you want to say that, but just because your favorite part of the show was in 1978 doesn't mean the show hasn't been funny in 40 years. Now, I will say the past 4 or 5 years, the show has been in probably the worst state it's ever been in. And I don't know if that's just a lack of talent, which is something that can be overcome by bringing in the right talent, but I will take to my grave that the mid to late 2000s era of SNL is as good as any other period of the show. And it's not just because I grew up watching that and I'm very biased, but it is probably mostly that. But no, look at the names you're dismissing. People often associate the death of SNL with the departure of big-name celebrities like Eddie Murphy, Adam Sandler. Will Ferrell's a big one. Will Ferrell left the show in 2001. You want to know who's been on the show since then? Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, Kristen Wiig, Fred Armisen, Maya Rudolph, Bill Hader, Will Forte, Andy Samberg, Chris Parnell, Rachel Dratch, Jason Sudeikis, and that's just up until 2009. Most of those people were on the show at the same time. That's so much talent, and it wasn't just the cast. They had great, well-respected writers. Tina Fey was an amazing head writer. John Mulaney wrote on the show for several years. I know I have a bit of nostalgia and bias for this period, but it's so frustrating to me when people completely write off this entire era of the show just because Will Ferrell wasn't on it anymore. I will also be the first to admit, even as a fan of the show, that there have been entire seasons that have been borderline unwatchable. Typically, these are the transition seasons after big stars leave, and either the cast that's replacing them isn't as good, or they're just underdeveloped and the writers haven't figured out how to write to their strengths yet. You know, when you've spent 6 years writing sketches for Fred Armisen and Kristen Wiig, and now you have to figure out how to write sketches for Noel Wells and John Milheiser. Those are 2 real human beings who were both on the show, by the way. But things are going to be a bit weird for a while. It's going to be a learning experience, but that's just part of the show. And it always has been. And to me, it's something that I think makes SNL more respectable as an institution, is how many times Lorne Michaels has had to retool the SNL roster to find success again after some of the strongest cast members have left.
It's okay to be adrift in the sea of emotional vulnerability. Just don't forget your life jacket.
Something that's always made me gravitate towards SNL as a fan is I think the same thing that's made me gravitate towards sports over the years. And I know I will probably lose a few of you here, but this is just how it makes perfect sense in my weird dumb brain. I know I rarely ever bring this up, but I'm a massive football fan. And to me, managing the cast of SNL isn't that much different than like an NFL general manager having to build and maintain a successful football team. You gotta scout the players, you draft them, decide if they're good enough to stay on the team. If they are, then you have to decide how much money you're going to pay them to stay on the team. Otherwise, you might lose them to another team. And the big one is no matter what, no matter how good someone is on the show, they will eventually retire and you have to find someone else to replace them. Unless it's Kenan Thompson, because he'll be on the show forever. Just like in sports, there are ebbs and flows to this. There are times where the team is doing good and kicking ass. And then there's down years when they're in between good players and they're trying to figure out an identity. In 2011, when Peyton Manning missed an entire season, the Colts were historically, laughably bad. And then they drafted Andrew Luck, and they've been mostly pretty good ever since. As a fan, those down years are never as fun to watch, but it's all a natural and necessary part of the process. And the fact that SNL always seems to figure it out in the long run is impressive. Turnover happens all the time on SNL. Rarely do they ever enter a season with the same exact cast as in the previous season. It hasn't happened since 2006. But every 8 or 10 years, there's a big trend. As you can see on this table that I made myself, not because anyone asked me to, I did it. But as you can see on this table, the last big turnover on the show, mainly in 2013, but started the year before.
Hey, where you go?
I can't let them get away.
They won't. They'll never make it to the other side.
I can't take that chance.
Now you will get yourself killed. Do not go after him, Connor. That's an order.
So as you can imagine, 2013 was a pretty difficult year for SNL. They had 5 shoes to... It would be 10 shoes. Right? They did show 10 big shoes to fill. And to do so, Lord Michael hired 6 new cast members all at once. But out of those 6, 2
You stop fucking screaming.
Makes a lot of sense. It very much was just the case of Lord Michael's throwing everything at the wall and seeing what would stick. A lot of it didn't, but what did stick was Kyle Mooney and Beck Bennett. They were hired in 2013 and they're still on the show now.
Oh my god.
I would love
crap.
to see more of them.
Whatever.
Get to that later.
She's so fucking annoying.
My camera died.
I wanted to kill her, that's why I didn't do the quick movement.
I'm a professional YouTuber. So that's great and all, but like I mentioned before, it's pretty obvious that SNL is in a weird state. And there's several reasons for that. I'll start with the smaller ones before getting to the big obvious. Number one, the writing has been pretty weak for a few years now. I think going from John Mulaney to Seth Meyers to Colin Jost stuff down. I mean, Colin's alright, but he's not as funny. I also think the tone of the show as a whole has shifted to a worse place, and it's not a coincidence that every time John Mulaney comes back to host, the whole show feels different. It like comes alive. And I think it's his influence on the concepts and ideas of the show that bolster everything else within it. And that's what the show is usually missing, is those like silly, weird ideas that work because they're rooted in really solid jokes. Number 2, the cast is severely misused. Not bad, they're just not used properly. There's some incredible people on the show right now. Kate McKinnon is a legend. Cecily Strong is an angel. Actually, I'm pretty sure I was in love with every single book
that Cyber Life has provided
Kenan's a
Detroit
legend.
police
Mac
with a
and Kyle are
prototype
probably my
detective
2
android.
favorite human beings on the
Although
planet.
police
So
assistant
what's
androids
wrong
have...
with the cast? Well, most nights it doesn't feel like I'm watching SNL. It feels like I'm watching the Alex and Mikey show featuring Leslie Jones and Pete Davidson. And they're all fine, but like, where's Kyle? Oh, his sketch got cut for time? For the 40th time in a row? You know he's the funniest person on the show, right? He's the most... For the 40th time in a row. So like, where's Kyle? Oh, his sketch got cut for time? For the 40th time in a row? You know he's the funniest person on the show, right? He's the closest thing the show has right now to a Fred Armisen, and he's never on it. But you know what, even having said all that, there's a reason I still watch this show every week, and it's because there's some incredible sketches the past few years. The Office Potty was hysterical, the House sketches, those are great. The First Impression sketch with Jason Momoa from this past Christmas was like an instant classic. So there absolutely has been some good sketches on the show. It just feels like maybe now, more than ever before, it's few and far between. But of course, the biggest reason the show seems to be suffering right now, and I feel like we would all agree on this, is that it is too goddamn political. Or is it? Yeah, it is. But is it more political than it used to be? It seems like it, right? It seems like ever since a very specific date, in the year 2016, the tone of the show has shifted drastically, right? Well, I wanted to check that, so I made another Excel spreadsheet. Look, you guys gotta understand, as a YouTuber, I don't get the chance to work with Excel nearly as much as I'd like to. But I made another Excel spreadsheet, and this time I went through every episode from the past 5 seasons and counted first the number of sketches in every episode, not including Weekend Update or the host monologues. And then I counted how many of these sketches were centered around politics. If you're wondering what this green area means, what's so special about season 42, episode 6, well, that was the show that aired on November 10th, 2016, the first Saturday after Trump got elected president. Now, what you'd probably think is that since that day, there have been more political sketches per episode, as well as a higher percentage of the show being devoted to politics, and that is true. In the 47 episodes before Trump got elected, there was an average of 1.5 political sketches per episode, but ever since then, that number has jumped up to 2. So yes, there is a difference, but not a crazy difference. It's not like it's doubled or tripled. That number just means that there's one extra political sketch every 2 weeks. And that's not enough to make the whole show feel drastically different. So what happened then? Why does it feel so different now? And I think the big thing is just tone. SNL has always been political. That's not new. I remember Will Forte and Will Ferrell playing George W. Bush, Daryl Hammond playing Al Gore, Tina Fey playing Sarah Palin. They've never shied away from politics. It's very much been their brand. The difference is now, when Alec Baldwin comes on the show to play Trump for the 300th time, it no longer seems to be for the sake of comedy. It seems like they're just trying to make him angry. They seem to have a personal vendetta against the guy, and they indulge in making him so mad that he angrily tweets at them. And don't get me wrong, I am absolutely not defending him. I don't like Trump. I want to make that clear. I don't like him. I usually agree with SNL's point of view. I agree with what they're trying to say in a sketch, but that doesn't mean it's fun to watch. Tina Fey as Sarah Palin, that was fun to watch. You know how I know that was fun to watch? Because Sarah Palin came on the show. John McCain, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, they all came on the show after the show had done impressions of them because the impressions weren't meant to piss them off. Now, of course, part of that is Trump doesn't seem to have a sense of humor about himself. He seems like the most defensive person in the history of humanity, but it is also definitely a testament to the overall tone of the impression and how mean-spirited it has become to the point that even if you agree with what they're saying, it just isn't that fun to watch. Sorry about that. I hate talking about politics on this channel. I literally never do it because it feels like I'm walking through a field of landmines and no matter where I step, I'm going to piss someone off. So I'm only going to say one last thing on the subject. Comedy with an agenda is not comedy because it's not meant to make people laugh. It's meant to make people agree. And I just want to laugh.
Hey, Trojan man, I've been hooking up with this girl, and I'm kind of nervous to ask if she's my girlfriend or not. Carl, when I got into this hot bath, I was nervous. But once my most vulnerable parts were in the waters, the rest was easy. So you're saying I have to make myself more emotionally vulnerable? Emotionally, but not physically. Take the condom, Carl. Explore with confidence.
Well, I've talked for about 14 and a half minutes now, so I should have enough information to definitively answer the question, is SNL funny? Let's check the numbers. I don't know, man. If you've seen all my comedy analysis videos like this one, then you know that I pretty much have the same lukewarm conclusion every time, that comedy is subjective, and I'm not in charge of what's good and what's bad. All I can do is provide my opinion, and that's what I try to do in this video. I think you could take the information provided in this video and make an argument for why SNL is good or
Oh my god.
But at the end of the day, it's up to you. The only thing I think I can say is objectively good and consistently impressive about Saturday Night Live is their set production. Whenever they have a sketch that's very relevant, like it's covering something that just happened a couple days prior, I think people tend to be impressed by the writers and performers that they were able to turn it around.
Blend in with other humans.
But think about all of the sets they use.
Why can't I jaywalk then, bitch?
The makeup that they wear. Production-wise, the show is top-notch, and they consistently impress me with what they're able to do with the time limit that they have. But as far as the quality of the show goes, I think because of the format, because of the time crunch they're always on, for as long as the show exists, it will always be hit or miss. And even the things that I think are a hit and I think are a miss, I don't know, other people have different opinions. A lot of people seem to like Alec Baldwin's Trump. I don't like it, but clearly other people do. Those videos seem to get the most views on their YouTube channel. Those political episodes tend to get the highest ratings on TV. And then there's times where I'll see a sketch like the Jason Momoa Beck Bennett hide and seek one. That's just so funny right from the beginning, and then it has this weird turn like halfway through. It's just this perfect piece of art, in my opinion. And I'll go to the video on YouTube and see that it has almost 2,000 dislikes and all these hate comments, and I'm like, oh yeah, no one will ever agree on anything. I'd like to trust that with the credibility that I feel SNL has earned over the years, that they have the capability of getting over the hump that they're
Should I go laugh at them?
to their glory days of old. But I guess if that never happens and they eventually disband, maybe that'll be good too. At the very least, that means Kyle Mooney can get back to making dang-ass, sick-ass YouTube videos. And we can all agree that that is good. Alright, maybe not all of it. I want to give a huge shout out to these sponsors. Squarespace are one of my favorite companies to work with, and their product is absolutely phenomenal. Every time I've had to make a website in the past 2 years, whether it was my own personal merch website or just the joke website that I made to add an extra layer of production into a video, I've always turned to Squarespace, and it's always so easy. You can start by choosing one of these amazing designer templates that will help you achieve whatever look you're going for, whether you're making a blog, an online store, or even a photo collection of your life-size artwork cut out of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Squarespace can help you do it quickly, easily, and beautifully. Already have a website or multiple websites, but you want to transfer those domains to Squarespace, have more consolidated management of those websites, you can do that. Need help with your website at 4 in the morning because you're very tired and forgot how to change the font size? Call customer support. They'll help. They're 24/7. They're award-winning. Hell, I didn't even know you could win awards for that. What Squarespace did. To get started making your brand new website, go to squarespace.com/Drew and you get 10% off your first purchase of your website or domain. That's squarespace.com/Drew. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video and helping support my channel for over 2 years now. And thank you to everybody
Poor people.
on this channel. It's because of you guys and the brands keep coming back and supporting me, and so you're also supporting me by supporting them. And everyone.
It's like 1 a.m.
Hope you all enjoyed this video. As you know, I like.
I would go and buy a huge
Oh, so I'm just watch to go.
So if you guys are new to skating, then I bet skate parks can seem a little bit scary. I said that kind of weird because I've messed it up like 10 times. I can't really speak in the morning. Skate parks can seem a little bit scary if you're new to skating. There's a lot to do and you might not know what to try. So in this video I'm going to show you guys 5 tricks and kind of just things around the skate park that you can try. That'll give you guys a little bit more to do even if you're a beginner and it's your first time at the skate park. There's also going to be a giveaway for a kendama at the end of this video, so if you want to find out how to win it, just watch the video until the end.
Get rid of my 3
One of the comments I get quite a lot is a lot of you guys say that you're too nervous to come to a skate park because you just started skating. You don't know any tricks and you just kind of don't want to get in people's way. But the skate park, even if you're just starting skateboarding for the first day, is honestly the perfect place to come. There might be a couple of good people at the skate park who've been skating for years, but chances are there's going to be a lot of people that are just like you, who just started and don't really know what to do either. So even if you're a total beginner, coming to the skate park on your first day of skating is completely fine. Just try to be like a little bit careful and not get in people's way, or they're not gonna like you. You want to avoid sitting on quarters or on ledges, just sitting on things that people might be skating. Usually you want to stand at like the top of a quarter, top of a bank, or just like at the side of the skate park, or somewhere on like a big open bit of flat ground. But if you happen to wake up at 6 AM most mornings and you can come down to an empty skate park like this, then it's a free game, you got it all to yourself and you're going to have a good time.
No, we don't have $1.
That's for trick number 1, I'm just going to start off with a drop-in because that's probably the most useful thing you can learn at a skate park. Because here, now when I say drop-in, don't be scared. I don't mean go to the biggest corner in your skate park, put your board down, and just try go for it. That's just going to get you hurt and you're going to have a bad time. The cool thing about a drop-in is you can learn it gradually. You can learn it on the you hurt and you're going to have in your skate park, put your board down, and just try go for it. That's just going to get you hurt and you're going to have a bad time. The cool thing about a drop-in is you can learn it gradually. You can learn it on the smallest things at the skate park before you need to actually do it on a real corner.
How do I
really
get out?
Like this, which angle is not much different than just like the flat ground itself. First you want to practice by putting your back foot on your tail, and then your front foot just goes about here right on the bolts. When you're dropping in, you want to lean into it and then ride down it as if it's just flat ground. Because when you're riding down something at the skate park, you don't always stay at this angle. You're going to kind of lean like this. So you want to do the same thing when you're dropping in. Slide your tail up to the edge, and then lean.
Why do I need to find different symbols?
It's very small and it doesn't really feel like you're doing anything. But you want to get used to that feeling, get comfortable with it, and then you can take it onto bigger things. Like this is a little bit steeper. Build it up and then drop in.
Yeah, there's one right there. How do I find
then
it?
once you're feeling ballsy enough,
Oh.
you can come up to the smallest quarter you can find. This one's still kind of mellow, pretty small and not too scary. And then one of the biggest piece of advice, when you're in this position with your tail on the edge of it, don't kind of stay there for ages. Trust me, fully just committing to it straight away is going to be a lot quicker and a lot easier for you. Just go for it. Quicker and a lot easier for you. Just go for it. And then same as the banks, once you've dropped
Oh,
in on
this
something
one right there, right?
take it up to something bigger and then do
It
that.
looks like it.
Trick number 2 is a...
Jeez, it grooves.
It's a mind crunch. 2.5.
This is Noel and Cody, take 1, or Noel and fuck, what are we doing? So hungover. This video is brought to you by 26-year-olds with acne. 26-year-olds with acne. What we're going to be doing is looking at old pictures of myself. Someone called this the glow-up challenge. Did I just say glow up? Yeah. This video is brought to you by 26-year-olds that say glow up still. 26-year-olds that say glow up still. So we're going to be looking at old pictures of myself just to give you some perspective.
Oh.
No, that's not what I was going to say. We're going to give Noel a chance to provide some commentary. Yeah. Hopefully positive. Yeah. Right? Keep in mind this is a fragile thing, right? These are pictures of me as a young stunner. That was actually my nickname all throughout primary school, middle school. Is that what you call it, primary school? We don't call it that. I don't know why I said that. Wow. It's called elementary school in Canada. So you're a fraud. I'm not a fraud. I was trying to sound a little more intelligent. It's Barry B. You can hang out with Barry B. Oh, yeah, Barry. Get it with the over end of that. Oh, yeah. Ready? First picture. Boom. Young stunner. Look at this dude. Shamelessly rocking the wings. As if it wasn't even a thing. This looks like an NFL quarterback who's successful. Like, this is Peyton Manning as a kid. As you can see, he's only 1, but he's fucking massive. What, you're saying I'm huge? This is not a small human I would expect to max out at 5'8" for some reason. I'm not 5'8". I'm 5'8 and 3/4. I'm 5'9". To all you that think that's too short, fuck you and you're shallow. 26-year-olds that are 5'8 and 3/4. Is that a dolphin? What is that? But like, why am I wearing the floaties if I have a shirt on? Yeah, do you think my mom made me swim with a shirt on? Your parents just didn't have confidence in you. It's very clear. They already assumed you had low self-esteem. I guess so. They're like, he's got a bit of a gut. Let's check him in a Charlie Brown shirt. He's already wearing Charlie Brown maybe swim with a shirt on. Your parents just didn't have confidence in you. It's very clear. They already assumed you had low self-esteem. I guess so. They're like, he's got a bit of a gut. Let's check him in a Charlie Brown shirt. He's already wearing Charlie Brown shorts. Yeah, well, we gotta fucking keep the thing.
How the fuck am I supposed to do it?
This is good. Look at the fucking hair. Yeah, the hair is bad. It's way longer here than it is in the front. Like, you're a badass kid. It wasn't that bad. I'm wearing clothes that don't fit that well. You look like a little fat kid. I was not that fat. I'm fat now. I wasn't fat back then. You have no drumsticks. This looks like a dude with shorter hair is wearing like one of those helmets from Star Wars. Yeah, you ever seen that picture of that super muscly dude, and it just looks like a smaller dude is coming out of the super muscly dude? Yeah. That's what this looks like. It looks like a dude with shorter hair is coming out of a helmet of hair.
You also kind of look like, you know that Twitter meme where it's like, this is the speak to your manager haircut? Yeah. Like if you just crop that out and put this on a divorced white woman, it's the same haircut.
It's pretty true, actually. I look like I had a bob.
Yeah, you look like a fucking fat medical secretary.
Jesus. I said go easy, Jesus. Moving on, next. Okay, so this is not a picture. This is obviously my birthday cake. So I was 23, I think. I think I was like, I don't know, like 6 or something. My favorite animal still is to this day the damn platypus. Furthermore, echidna, the most badass animal on the planet. What is that? It's like a little tiny like hedgehog looking motherfucker. They don't give a fuck, man. They just walk around their cage like this.
You should hang this in your apartment and then never get laid by talking about your interest in these things.
Let's move on. Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, there we go. Now
we're the fucking checkered hat.
Checkered hat still.
What is this fucking pose? Come on. You know that wasn't even prompted by one of my parents. They just took the camera out and I did that, and my dad was
and then your dad's like, oh.
Like he took out the camera and I was like, yeah. There's like 6 other kids over here, and they're just smiling like normal kids. Cody, what are you doing?
I feel like your parents just took you away to make something behind.
Why are you wearing pink shorts? Well, actually, that's probably my mom's fault.
Pink is not so concerning because those could have been blue, and this pose is still fucked up. Your hands are way bigger than your face for a kid.
You know what big hands mean?
You can't type. Your hands are way bigger than your face for a kid.
You know what big hands mean?
He can't type.
Trouble typing.
He has trouble typing.
On a small phone. See the other pictures we got.
Yeah. You got Birkenstocks early.
Those aren't Birkenstocks. These are dad sandals. I feel like this would be fine if I was raised in Hawaii.
Yeah.
This is fucking Calgary, Alberta. It's probably minus 40 outside right now, and my mom is dressing me in goddamn vacation sandals. I got like the nice checkered shirt tucked into the damn hair. Yeah. And then, what are those? These sandals are Dave, who works at Xerox. Finally got a week off. Took his family to an all-inclusive in Cancun. That's what these sandals are. Yeah. Fucking Dave walking around the resort in these sandals, you know what I mean? Holding up Mai Tai.
Yeah, and he's telling everyone about his admin role. He's telling everyone how insecure the Wi-Fi is.
This place is begging to be hacked, let me tell you something.
He's got a keychain with a bunch of fucking tools on it. You got the cool man, you never know when you're to work on a motherboard, dude. Alright, next one. You're a dick, you know why?
Because I'm wearing blackface?
No. Yeah. I
think my mom obviously meant for those to be like burn marks, but I'm fucking wearing blackface. So is my sister. It's like, what were you for Halloween when you were 4? Oh, I was a racist firefighter. My sister was a racist dog or cow or whatever the fuck this is. What's amazing about this is that when I was a 6-year-old, however fucking old I am in this, you know, respected. I obviously had some aspirations. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna grow up to be a firefighter. Yeah. So I'm gonna dress as a firefighter because. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna make those dreams come alive. And then fast forward 20 years, and I'm a YouTuber. Yeah. If I could go back and tell myself at this age that I'd be a YouTuber, this version of myself would be like, dude, that's fine. I'm in blackface. Right yeah. Honestly, anything is better than this. All right, let's see what we got next.
Oh, buddy, you look like Avril Lavigne.
My hair looks like a blonde Christmas tree. Yeah. It's jammed on my head. Look at my cheeks. I look like I'm hiding shit in there.
Now you look like a British husband. Oi, love. You suppose this how the alphabet look? I can't tell if you wrote the letter O 4 times in a row. And then you just added sticks later. And you wrote U like 5 times, like just like S-T-E. Your brain errored out right there. Just like,
A backwards B, C, lowercase D. You fucking dumbass. L-M-N-O-O-O-O-S-T-U. What's the hair?
You were like, I want to look like a skater, and they looked like Aaron Carter.
That's what I wanted to look like, Aaron Carter.
Your Highland Derby car sucks.
Oh, it's good.
No, that car sucks.
Fuck off. My hair looks like a fucking half pipe. It looks like Shaun White could go in there and chuck a fucking double rodeo. All right, next.
Yeah. This is a hard train conductor outfit. Like, just add the little hat, or the train leaves it free. He's right at free, right on the nose.
Also, fucking every single picture I'm eating something. Yeah, every goddamn picture.
Oh my
I
god,
can't
this
stop eating
is
food all the time.
hell.
Yeah. I was like that. I was just born that way, dog. Okay, that's it. That's all we got. As I said, I'm pretty much unroastable. No, I went through some bad phases. Yeah, definitely. But I think it turned out all right. Yeah. I'm not too. I would say I glowed up. There's that phrase again. Let's get a picture of me. So like, yeah. Just like compare. Alright. I'll throw it in the end and be like, you know, this is kind of how I look now, just to give them some perspective. Point of reference on what I look like. Count me into it though, so I know what you're going to do. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, stop doing that fucking pose. Just no more. No more. What about something else? Just maybe something more natural. Ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1. No? No. Okay, you gotta. Come and sit down. Yeah. I'll do my sitting down. I mean, if we just. Okay. Okay. Where the fuck did you get a biscuit? Okay. Fine, this is doing all one. Where the fuck did you get a biscuit? Okay. Fine, this is doing all one. Okay. You don't need black paint, do you? Alright guys, this is a Young Stunna signing out. That's all I got for you today. If you like this video, just go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. Noel's channel, link in the description, go follow him. We do sketches together and they're fucking hysterical. So funny. 20 out of 10 comedy. Yeah. Unlike you've ever seen before. 4 out of 4 thumbs up, baby. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video and just keep on killing it, baby. Let's get it. 3, 2. Okay, and in the weirdest internet beef of all time, Jake Paul did a diss track about teachers. Get 'em! Like just teachers. In general? Yeah, just, you know, the people that teach the youth of America. Teachers who make 30 grand a year and who take care of your piece of shit kids every single day. Yeah. Jake Paul did a diss track about those people. And then a teacher responded with a diss track of his own back to Jake Paul. This is what the internet is. Isn't that awesome? By the way, Jake Paul's video has Lil Tay in it.
I already know what it is. Lil Tay just copped a brand new Bentley truck. We're here trapping in Bentley.
You know, I saw Lil Tay getting into a Nissan Versa the other day. Nice. I swear to God, her and Lil Vicky. Once you go on Instagram and call people broke, that automatically bars you from ever being able to step foot in a Nissan Versa ever again. You ever call me broke? Any of the following car manufacturers. Hyundai. Mazda's totally fine. Because Mazda's kind of like a discount champion cars. It's like anything. Yeah, it's like a $2 chuck. But I mean, everyone drinks $2 chuck. Yeah. Rich people drink $2 chuck. Yeah. $2 chuck. Say that 5 times fast. $2 chuck. $2 chuck. Mazda. Yeah. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Yeah. Let's get to what we really are all here for. Jake Paul this. I can't believe I just legitimately typed that.
All right, class. Who amongst you lovely people?
What class is this?
Hello.
What is this some kind of like evening school? Like community college? Yeah. She's 9. Jake Paul is 21.
Can tell me the quadratic formula. What's the answer, Jake Paul?
Why don't you tell us some shit that we're actually gonna use in our real lives?
Woo! Already, right out the gate. He's not holding anything back. Out the gate. This is Drake versus Pusha T. No, it's not. It's Jake Paul versus this old teacher of a night school.
Why don't you tell me some shit I'm actually gonna use?
Like, you will probably use it. You probably use like basic. It's a light source on the jump board. As a YouTuber, this might be helpful to you, actually.
Yeah, why don't you teach us something useful?
Who are you?
I'm a Harvard dropout. Why don't I just teach in class?
Can I just say, she fucking stole that joke from Lil Pump. Yeah. It's not her fucking bit. Thief. You're a thief. You're a bit biter. Bit biter.
Look, I think you're in the wrong class, sweetheart. Why don't you just run along?
Yeah, this class is for the 21-year-olds. Literally, it's going to high school. What teacher would ever do that? Why don't you just run along? That's what gets me about this, just 1 minute in. This is Jake Paul's vision of teachers, that they hate kids, that they're mean. They're not. No, not at all. You don't understand that a teacher working fucking minimum wage, you're probably being a dickhead in class, and you just want to put up with your shit. Yeah. It's not because he's a dick, it's because you're a dick. No, but please, do an entire diss track about teachers. When you're 21, that's another thing. Why are you making a diss track about high school teachers? When you're of the age to have been... I graduated college when I was 21. Yeah. I hadn't thought about high school in 4 fucking years. Yo, what up? This goes out to my Mod Civ D teacher. You failed me on that Mesopotamia part of the quiz? Nah. I'm gonna show you what's up. Mod Civ D teacher. You failed me on that Mesopotamia part of the quiz? Nah. Mesopotamia, I said, you messed with my brain? Yeah. I'ma come through, punch you in the cranium. Assault. Assaulting a teacher. What kid just pulls out a brick? Why don't you tell us some shit we're gonna use? Dude, it's just a 3-minute interrogation. Give us the info! Something we can use!
Welcome to Jericho.
Oh, she's going to Jericho now. Okay. So the girl's going to Kara.
You're 15. First day of school. Alright, everyone, welcome to Biz 97. Shell corporations. How about like math first? you need the basics. You know, you kind of need 30, and then it's how to buy a Lambo cash. But you need the math 30. Math 30. You need that as a foundation. I want like hyper obscure knowledge that like benefits the 1%. How the fuck am I gonna get $1 million? Gee, we don't know. Yeah, if I knew how to get $1 million, I wouldn't be a fucking teacher. Yeah, it's just like also the worst message ever. Yeah, it's like, you know, fucking his audience is like 13-year-olds. Yeah. Who now are like, I don't need school, I don't need YouTuber. No, you're not. No, you're not. Go to school. Learn shit. Dude, also...
Come on, this is different. It's 100% guaranteed. You can't go wrong.
You got served. Type in, you got served, Dylan. That one. Oh my god, dude! That one. Jake and Logan are this fool. They steal urban shit, they profit from it, and they look exactly like it. That's fucking bizarre. Yeah, they look exactly
Illegal gambling and fraud. That's kind of cool. Oh, what the fuck is up here?
Gee, I wonder why. You know something? Oh man, you know something? Bad. It's too much. You know something? But a battle rap.
Breach of hygienes.
Never lived that shit down.
Regulations. Ew, you stink, buddy.
I mean, yeah, that's just like a dad joke. Yeah. That he rapped. Like, make like a banana and split. You gotta make
all right, I'm in.
Damn straight.
I'm coming for you.
Hey, you won't regret this.
That animation was really bad right there.
What is your problem? Don't you ever do as you're told? Look, you don't have to follow me around like a poodle.
Those fools hit the high score on every freeway. They do buck 20. They're in the emergency lane. This is like a saving gas. It's almost like a weirdly
I'm sorry for my behavior back at the police
a
station.
part of the teacher is probably.
I didn't mean to be
where a normal rapper would say, yeah, I have a G-Bag.
You've even got a
Jake
brown
says,
nosing
I have a
apology
G-Bag, but
program.
also fuck on.
As in CyberLife
You get
on
flexed
everything.
on, but then you get dissed. Yeah, same thing. You're like, oh.
There you go.
Go back like 2 friends. First of all, this kid at 148. just the laziest, like. Second, you really couldn't just like digital zoom to get the fucking keynote of the shot. Like, yeah.
184 grams of sugar. You're gonna fucking die.
Imagine walking away like, okay, what the fuck is going on? Just 12 kids. My teacher never told me that.
Thanks, Gary and Stark.
I'll leave that thing here.
Not a chance. Follows me everywhere.
It's like being in a classroom, standing like fuck up the teacher. Walls are fucking up. So be like Drake coming out with a video in the next week of him tying up Pusha T. Yeah, the diss track was kind of dope, but like the video was weird.
This
they, like,
Pedro,
literally kidnapped Pusha
he was
T
proposing illegal gambling.
as he was
Am I
dissing
right?
actually Pusha T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you made a bet.
Yeah.
Enjoy your meal.
Thank you.
There is literally nothing hard about walking into a teacher tells me, get my
Maybe I
grades
should
up.
tell you what we know about deviants.
That's their job.
You read my mind.
Yeah, that's what being a teacher is.
We believe that a mutation occurs in the software of some androids, which can lead to them emulating a human emotion.
In English, please.
They don't really feel emotions. They just get overwhelmed by irrational instructions, which can lead to unpredictable behavior.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, look, I get it. Some of the stuff may seem...
Emotions always screw everything up. The androids aren't as different from us as we thought.
Our site is built on...
Can I ask you a personal question, Lieutenant? Why do you hate androids so much? This morning, when we were chasing those deviants, why didn't you want me to cross the highway?
Because you could have been killed. And I don't like filling out paperwork for damaged equipment.
This sounds like she's holding on.
Is there anything you'd like to know about me?
Hell no. Well, yeah. Why do they make you look so goofy and give you that weird voice?
Cyberlife androids are designed to work harmoniously with humans. Both my appearance and voice were specifically designed to facilitate my integration.
Well, they fucked up. You ever dealt with deviants before?
A few months back, a deviant was threatening to jump off the roof with a little girl. I managed to save her.
So I guess you've done all your homework, right? Know everything there is to know about me?
I know you graduated top of your class. You made a name for yourself in several cases and became the youngest lieutenant in Detroit.
You ugly as shit!
I also know you've received several disciplinary warnings in recent years, and you spend a lot of time in bars.
I run up with,
So what's your conclusion?
Incorrect! You whack!
I think working with an officer with personal issues is an added challenge. But adapting to human unpredictability is one of my features. I just got a report of a suspected deviant. It's a few blocks away. We should go have a look. I'll let you finish your meal. I'll be in the car if you need me.
Don't clown nerds. I want to meet the teacher that literally tells their students you will never amount to anything. What teacher has ever actually said that to a kid? You have to be like the worst person ever. He was like,
Connor.
what about I want to be
Run out of
riding
batteries
like,
or what?
in Maseratis in
I was making a
California.
report to Cyberlife.
Sure, good luck with that, but I'm just, I'm here to teach you, man. So,
Well, do you plan on staying in the
you don't
elevator?
care about my dreams!
No.
You're right, I don't really care about the dreams. I'm just trying to give you the knowledge to help you get there. I don't specifically care about your dreams.
What do we know about this guy?
Not much.
I swear to God.
Just that a neighbor reported that he heard strange noises coming from this floor.
Anyway, so
Nobody's
teacher
supposed to be
responded
living here,
to
but
this.
the neighbor said he saw a man hiding an LED under his cap.
Oh, Christ, if we have to investigate every time somebody hears a
I love
strange
it.
noise,
You just
we
brought
really need
like
more
a
cops.
video camera into the teacher's.
Hey, were you really making a report
Like,
back
you just
there in
give
the
me,
elevator?
Give me like a really disappointed face.
Correct.
So that you're like angry. Yeah. Look. Y'all make about 35K a year.
Anybody home?
Yeah. My students
Open
know
up!
I got
Detroit
their back.
Police!
So don't be dissing me just cause your teacher was whack.
Stay behind me.
I may not count stacks or driving the Cadillac, but I do it for the kids and they know that's a fact.
You see how he's like, even he was like riding a little bit? Yeah, no, he's like, he's put a little something into it. Yeah. I don't think Jake Paul understands that him and Owen, they sound like kids pop.
Yeah.
My teachers never told me that!
Yeah.
I'm full on the beat!
No, you're not. Not even a little bit.
No, you're not.
Not even a little bit. First off, let me say congratulations. You got a platform for the kids across the nation.
What the fuck is this?
What is this?
Jesus, this place stinks.
Yeah, this whole frame.
Well, looks like we came for nothing. Our man's gone.
Great responsibility. You're killing me, Peter Parker, with all of this hostility.
I'm not really sure about that.
Great responsibility. You're killing me, Peter Parker, with all of this hostility.
I'm not really sure about that.
So please, don't throw the baby out with the bath. All because you had a bad experience in math. A few bad apples don't make the grove bad. Some of these kids see me more than their own dad. Bruh.
Jake Paul, you better
Need
shut
some
your
fresh
ass
air.
up. You better shut up, Jake Paul. You better shut up. Jake Paul doesn't even see face to face with kids. This guy's like, I look at him every day. I'm basically his parenting kids. Yeah. So, suck my ass. Yeah, but what about the Lambo stuff?
Because I don't see Jake Paul in the hallways. I don't see him in the stands at their ball games. But I'm here like every day, bro. So how you gonna diss me with that Disney Channel flow?
That was kind of tough. That was kind of tough. You know what? You were like, bars. It's a quick bars. All in all, bro, Jake, how the fuck a teacher
Its
write a
LED
better
is in the
chorus
sink.
than you, dog? You suck.
I'm surprised there was an android. No human could live with all these fucking pigeons.
You are garbage. It's just the best thing ever that Jake.
Alright, 900.
Jesus, I hate these. And a teacher turned around and made a way better diss track.
Any idea what it means?
That bad. Yeah.
RA9.
Yeah, absolutely.
Written 2,471 times.
Man, I don't know.
It's the same sign Ortiz's android wrote on the shower wall.
We should diss doctors. Oh yeah, there.
Why are they obsessed with this sign?
Looks like mazes or something. Real books.
He's writing on the wall. And then he's like,
Thought I was the last guy in Detroit to keep some. Electronic books, you can't smell the paper. See the pages turning yellow.
Do you ever find yourself feeling empty?
RT. Probably initials.
He put his initials in his jacket? That's something your mom does when you're in first grade.
Not getting respect from your fellow coworkers, or embarrassed and unable to satisfy your partner.
Birdseed.
what the fuck am I getting? What the fuck are these ads? Just ads for like first I get a condom ad, and the next video I get like a fucking Satisfyer partner.
We have a son now. We wanted to learn the ways of not only a Christian woman, but how to respect a Christian woman's
no, our girls, our favorite two girls, Bethany and whatever the other one is. A lot has happened in our lives since we last filmed That's Cringe, so we thought we'd check up with them. And the video in question today is one called Why I Waited Until Marriage to Kiss. Maybe she just doesn't have lips.
Hey guys, it's Bethany and Kristen from Girl Time Ministries, and today we are going to be talking about why I saved my first kiss for marriage.
She looks like she's dressed like a bath bomb. Welcome back to Boy Defined Ministries. We're leaving this seat open in honor of Jesus. Welcome back to Moses and Ezekiel with Boy Defined Ministries. Hi. Today we're going to talk about why I didn't even look at a girl until I was married to her. Exactly.
So actually, as you are watching this video right now, I will be on my honeymoon. I'm not married yet, but I haven't married.
Take that back for a second.
I will be on my honeymoon. I'm not married yet, but Bethany Beal. Yes, I'm so excited about that. So when you watch this, I will be doing all sorts of kissing, and I'm not ashamed of that. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to be doing that kissing.
This is cringe.
Dude, but I feel her on this. There's no better like thing than like doing a lot of kissing.
Pigeon.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, babe. Lay down. You want some like blanket there. I'm gonna kiss you so much on the face. This is Catholic ASMR. I want to pray together.
That's what came in eyes.
I want to pray into your mouth. Do you hear that? That's me unfolding my Bible.
Yes, I have not kissed Dave. We are saving our first kiss for when we are husband and wife, and that may be so weird to some of y'all.
Yep. Yeah.
You might be like, I have never heard of that.
Nope. Never heard of that. No.
But it's actually been a really cool thing, and I've actually...
That's the indication of someone who doesn't know that they made the right decision right there. Yeah.
No, it's actually been a really cool thing.
You read these books?
Driver's license. I wonder where he got this.
What if we did something so radical? What if we waited until our husband and wife...
Goddamn fucking pigeons! What are you waiting for? Chase it!
So like wait until marriage to kiss you. You get 3 fucking eggs. This is a serious thing. Yeah, I read it too. Yeah, I remember. I read that too. But I also read it. Yeah, but you only did that because I showed you how to access it. Yeah, well, my husband and I have been married for 30 years. My husband and I live in the same house. So I don't have never even met my husband. Look out! How funny is this that it's not even part of their religion? They just did it because they're fucking insane. They just read it in a book somewhere. Like, yeah. How crazy is that?
I did not expect the road to last as long as it has.
You gotta get through this.
Dude, this is so badass.
Holy shit!
Well, I'm chasing someone.
She's been smiling for 2 minutes. Just going.
He can pull himself up. Just push him off.
I've done nothing wrong. I just wanted to be free. You know what they'll do to me if you turn me in.
Model 874004961. Serious malfunctions have been detected in your software, including Class 4 errors.
It's not going to be amazing.
You've been deemed defective. You will be sent back to CyberLife for deactivation.
Don't you fucking move. You bastard. You saw I was gonna fall and you'd rather let me die than fail your fucking mission.
I had to make a choice. It seemed to me that might be you.
Statistic? A 0, a 1 in your fucking program? Huh? Is that how you see humans, you bastard? Jesus.
I understand you're upset. Perhaps I didn't assess the
Fuck
situation.
you and your fucking assessment. Come here.
What is this shake?
You one of us?
Shut up.
So, no matter what you take from this video, we hope that you'll just be
Just their slaves.
about just the smaller aspects, I guess, of romance in kind of a newer way. And instead of thinking like,
These girls are so fucking annoying.
we're gonna just get this, like, we would take a step back and think about it a little bit differently.
I wonder if she knows that sex.
Hey, what the fuck?
She does. Probably not.
Holy shit.
She's probably gonna be like, her husband's gonna be like, all right, now that we've kissed, let's take it to the next step. She's like, what do you mean what's next?
Fucking androids.
Oh my goodness, man, what the fuck is that? Is it the knife? We have to get it off you! No, this is my thing. Get off! Come here, quick.
Rupert, that's your name.
Oh, honey, great. Now we can go back to kissing.
I think it's really cool that you were doing that, and you're given a lot of questions about that. And I know I got a lot of questions about it because Mac and I did the same thing, and now we've been married for 7 years.
They both did it. They both fucking did it. So, like, if the world were like a big algorithm that like balance everything out, this is the balance of the Suicide Boys.
Who are you?
Suicide Boys are on this end, girls
Just like you.
No, I'll show
My name
you.
is Josh.
I'm Simon.
My girlfriend of 4 years never sucks my dick or makes me come what I do. Cheated on her.
How many are you?
There are 19 of us still in working order. The rest were damaged escaping their masters.
Many tried to reach Jericho. Few succeed. Humans have little pity for our kind.
And hiding just to stay alive, that's freedom to you?
Humans hate us. Hiding is the only way you can survive.
There is no safe place for those like us. If humans knew we were here, they'd kill us.
And you knew that only an android could follow the trail, didn't you?
Only those who are like us can find Jericho.
If you could decipher the signs, it's because one of us trusted you enough to give you the key.
This place where we can be free. Find Jericho.
I understand how you feel, but we have more freedom here than you ever did.
Humans were your masters, and now it's fear that rules you. You're no freer than you ever were. You've only found a new master.
You're lost. just like the rest of us. We didn't ask for this. All we can do now is deal with it.
You're safe here. You can stay with us as long as you want.
Go and see Lucy. She might be able to help you.
Dying too. Do you know what happens after death?
No. No, I don't.
Well, I'm about to find out.
Nothing happened.
Marcus.
I was glad to meet you, Marcus.
There's a very simple way to say this. Ladies, don't give
Oh, so she's dead, right?
That's it. Yeah. It doesn't take 9 years.
Oh, let me tell you, nothing happens after death, but nothing. So nothing happens after death. Oh, you're gonna shut like a sure sacrifice. That's kind of cool, man.
Did not kiss until we got married, and we found guys that were willing to wait, that were actually excited. It did not scare them away. They were for it as well.
Dude, I want to meet these dudes. Yeah. That's a little creepy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because men should be horny out of their fucking mind. They should just sit on this mouth open. That's what I'm saying. What are you thinking about? I think about boobs all the time. Non-stop. It's like boobs, boobs, boobs. Sometimes ass. Toes. Back to boobs. That's your brain. Okay. What do we got today? What a boobs. Now we got ass at 4. And boobs. That's the schedule for my brains. Yeah. You know what's funny? What is he thinking about? What is this guy thinking about all day? Printers?
I'm not dragging Dave along like, we have to do that. He was 100% on the same page on board with doing that.
He's alive?
They threw him out when they didn't want him anymore.
Good boundaries and don't put yourself in the way of temptation. To be honest, it's not.
They'll all shut down if we don't find a way to help them.
Help them, we need blue blood and biocomponents. We salvage what we can. Those are shut down. But there's never enough.
So, how do they survive?
There's child androids. Kinda creepy if you ask me, you know, 'cause of those pedos, if you know what I mean. Hold on, I don't want to hear what I sound like. I probably sound really loud. The pedos. That wasn't. that loud?